What's up, everyone? This is Arrowhead Asylum, and I'm James Howell. And the first game is officially in the books. I want to talk about how the Kansas City Chiefs have once again bested the Baltimore Ravens for the 5th time in the last 6 meetings. I want to talk about how this new look offense looked quite impressive, but I'm not quite sold on Xavier Worthy. And I also want to talk about how the defense had an overall strong outing. There was a few minor hiccups towards the end. There's a lot to unpack, so let's get straight into it. What an absolute fantastic game we witnessed last night. Had its ups, had its downs. Kept us right on the edge of our seats though, until the very last second of the game. Chiefs come up with the dub, 27-20. Win by a toe. I couldn't have thought of a better way for the NFL season to begin. Honestly. Seriously, fantastic job by the NFL scheduling committee for putting this marquee matchup on opening day. Just absolutely amazing. Let's start. I want to start with what everyone's already talking about, and that's Xavier Worthy's impressive NFL debut. And yes, it was impressive. I mean, he had 2 tutties, 68 all-purpose yards, and what a way to start off the season. What a way to start off your career. But before we get started, I'd love to know what your thoughts were of Xavier Worthy. So go ahead, let me know in the comment section what you thought about Xavier Worthy's NFL debut performance. 68 all-purpose yards, 2 tutties. Let's go. All right, listen. Xavier Worthy had a great night. But it really didn't convince me that he's going to be like this star, like this superstar in this league. I don't think all of a sudden I don't believe that he's like the next best thing. Like he's the next Tyreek Hill. He's the next Justin Jefferson. He's the next CeeDee Lamb. He's the next Jamar Chase. I don't necessarily believe that after one game. All right, and he had a great night. It doesn't convince me he's a star. His number one downside when he was drafted was his drops. And did he assure us that he had corrected that in this game? Did all of a sudden did he show us that he had sure hands last night? I don't think so. He was targeted 3 times last night and dropped 1. Had a 12-yard gain on another, and then the last one, he was wide open. But he caught 2 out of the 3. That's 67%. A 67% catch rate isn't something I'm really, excited to write home about. Other than Xavier Worthy's touchdown, which was clearly a busted coverage, he was able to manage 1 catch for 12 yards for the day. Now, Andy Reid does a great job at scheming the kid up and utilizing his speed for Worthy's rushing touchdown. But we all knew the kid had speed. He didn't show us anything that we didn't already know. What we need to know is, does he have crisp route running? Does he have like an innate ability to create space? And really at Worthy's size, can he block? He's a small guy. So can he block? These were all things that were kind of still left unanswered. So, no, I'm not sold that he's going to be a superstar in this league just yet. I had an impressive debut. And you can't argue that. The production's there. 2 touchdowns is there. But I'd like to see some of these other things that I mentioned before. But I do know one thing. As of right now, Xavier Worthy's just enjoying the ride.
Bro, this is everything I dreamed of. Like I said before, I didn't want to go nowhere else but the Chiefs. So just having this moment and it showing up how it is, it's just an amazing feeling. Yeah, it definitely gives me a lot of confidence, and I feel like it kind of just shows my maturity and how I go about my business every day at practice. I feel like I take it head on every day. So.
And if he continues to attack the NFL in that fashion, with that head-on, nose-to-the-grindstone mentality, yeah, without a doubt, I think this kid could be something special. And who knows, maybe in a couple weeks we're talking Worthy in the Rookie of the Year race. Now, Rashee Rice, on the other hand, just picked up right where he left off last year. And for the night, Rashee had 7 receptions for 103 yards. And I'm not sure on the yards after catch, but I'm willing to bet it's a good, hefty amount of those 103. Rice looks faster. I mean, in my opinion, what do y'all think? You think he looks faster? I think he looks faster. I think he put in some work, got leaner and faster. And it looks as if like his timing and the time he put in at Camp Pat is really starting to pay off in a big way. The chemistry between Mahomes and Rice, they're really banging on all cylinders, and it's only week 1. So here's a little thought for y'all to chew on. Rashee Rice is only going to get better when Hollywood Brown comes back. As a matter of fact, I think that when Brown comes back, it'll loosen things up for not only Rice, but Kelsey and Pacheco as well. But yeah, Rashee Rice had a fantastic start to the 2024 season. That was great to see. It's really important for this offense to get going fast. And one last thing I wanted to note before I take a small break is the play of Kingsley Suamataia at left tackle. And I mean lights out. And you know Andy Reid really has to trust this kid if he has them out there protecting Patrick's blind side. So, big moment for the kid, and I thought he really rose to the occasion. He's aggressive. He does a really solid job protecting that blind side. And I thought that was fantastic. Look, on the other side of our quick break, we'll dive into the defensive side of the ball and get your opinions on some of the comments made by the Ravens after the game. Stay tuned. Is your home in need of a makeover? Look no further than SOP Renovations, your trusted partner in transforming spaces. From remodeling your kitchen or bathroom to installing efficient HVAC systems, SOP Renovations brings your vision to life with top-notch craftsmanship and attention to detail. Need a new deck or fence? We've got you covered. Our experts build beautiful outdoor spaces, perfect for family gatherings and relaxation. From concept to completion, our team works closely with you to ensure every project meets your expectations. And with our competitive pricing, quality has never been more affordable. Join the hundreds of satisfied homeowners who have made SOP Renovations their go-to for all their home improvement needs. Call us today at 816-655-1779. That's 816-655-1779 to schedule your free consultation. Call now. SOP Renovations, making your home more you. Call now. Welcome back to the show, guys. Appreciate you sticking around. Listen, if you did make it this far, go ahead, let me know where you guys are watching from. Put that in the comment section, and also hit that like and follow button. Look, it only takes 5 seconds to do. It's completely free, and it helps out way more than y'all might think. I really want to start the defensive side of things on a positive note. Today, I'm going to break things up into like 2 parts, right? The front 7 and then the defensive backs. And so since I said I was going to start on a positive note, I want to talk about the defensive backs first. I thought they had a great game. Let me just go ahead and throw it out there. I thought they had a fantastic game. Coming into the season, one of the biggest questions that the Chiefs had was at cornerback. L'Jarius Sneed signed a big contract with the Titans. Congrats to him. He deserves it. Not mad at him. No animosity towards him at all. He absolutely deserves it. Go get your money. Go get your bread. But that left a hole here in Kansas City on the opposite side of Chamari Connor, or on the opposite side of Trent McDuffie. And so it was up to Jalen Watson and Chamari Connor to kind of fill those shoes. I thought both of those guys had fantastic games. I don't know what y'all thought. You can let me know. But I thought both of them had fantastic games on the opposite side of McDuffie. Which, look, first off, thank God McDuffie was all right. Because, you know, that hit that I think it might have been with I don't know who he collided with, but he collided with one of our own guys. They ended up in the tent, in the medical tent, in the little blue pop-up, cleared to play. But, you know, someone gave that guy a Guardian cap, am I right? But look, Connor and Watson both came up with big plays. Probably the most memorable play was Watson when he had that huge pass breakup against Lamar Jackson, when Jackson tried to hit Zay Flowers on a fly route down the right side of the field. And so they both, but anyways, this is going to be like crucial moving forward is these guys playing. Right, Chamari Connor and Jalen Watson, them stepping up and playing as lights out is what they did. Because I look at the schedule moving forward, and we have Joe Burrow, we have Justin Herbert, Kirk Cousins, Brock Purdy, and I know that we have Derek Carr in there, but we know as Kansas City fans that he's not really a threat, so I didn't even include him in there. But with these guys coming up, I mean, Joe Burrow's fantastic quarterback. Second best quarterback in the AFC, you know, ahead of Josh Allen. Justin Herbert, fourth best quarterback in the AFC. Kirk Cousins, probably top 5 in the NFC. Brock Purdy, the same thing. These are great quarterbacks coming up, and these cornerbacks have a tall task. Chamari Connor and Jalen Watson, they have a tall task coming up against these teams. So I'd imagine Spags and company are going to really rely on these young cornerbacks, Watson and Connor, moving forward. Now, while the DBs had a pretty decent night, you really couldn't say the same from the front 7. I mean, I guess you could, but it wasn't like the best of nights, right? So, I mean, sure, Chris Jones was dominant. I'll give you that, and I'll get back to that here in a minute. But I wasn't as impressed with the front 7 as I was with the DBs. Isaiah Likely and Justice Hill, they balled out on these guys. They both had great games against this defense, against this front 7. At some point, the Ravens found out Nick Bolton could not cover Likely, and they beat that defense like a drum. Nick Bolton has to get better in coverage. Like, he's a fantastic run stuffer. He just cannot be trusted right now in coverage. I thought Drew Tranquill and Leo Chenal both had fantastic nights. And I really believe that, like, Tranquil is going to escalate his game this year. He had a fantastic year last year with this Kansas City defense coming over from the Chargers. I think he's going to escalate his game this year due to the fact that, first off, I think he's an absolute stud. But this is the first time in his career that he has had some continuity when it comes to his coaching staff. He's had like a rotation of coaches in and out his whole time in LA when he was with the Chargers. And now he's here in Kansas City, and it's the same coaching staff from one year to another. And I really think that's going to help him. Plus, in addition to his work ethic, in addition to the fact that Drew Tranquil knows just how to be a pro and prepares for this game like a pro, I think he is going to escalate his game this year and, might be in contention with that starting spot with Nick Bolton. And that's not good news, seeing how Nick Bolton's going to be needing a contract. He's going to be looking for a new contract coming up. I mean, in the near future. I said we'd get back to Chris Jones, and here we are. I really thought... I keep saying that this team is getting faster. They're getting faster. On the offensive side of the ball, they got faster. Xavier Worthy got faster. Rashee Rice looks like he's faster. Isaiah Pacheco looks like he might have even trimmed down. He's faster. This whole team looks faster. Chris Jones looks faster. And he really seemed to take ownership of this defense. He's really commanding that defensive line out there, moving people around, moving himself around, switching with people, lining himself up with whatever matchup he wanted. He was setting the matchups on the line. It was a different Chris Jones out there. It was almost as if like he was in charge. Like, have you ever been in charge of a project? Maybe you were in school or something, you're in charge of a project, but since it was your project, or maybe it was an important office presentation of some sort, and because it was your presentation and you were in charge, it was like your baby, and you were going to do everything you could to make sure that it ran smoothly. And that's what it seemed like with Chris Jones last night, or on Thursday night. It seemed like that he was in charge, that was his baby, and he was commanding the field and the people around him and making sure everyone was in the right spot to make sure everything ran as smoothly as possible. He was literally a coach on the field. From what I'm seeing on the telecast, that's what I seen out of Chris Jones. It was amazing to watch. But other than Chris Jones, where was the pass rush? Where was Karlaftis? Where is Felix Anudike-Uzomah? Yes, they got a little involved. I need to see big steps from both these guys. Karlaftis, he's been making progressions. I'm a fan, I'm a big fan of Karlaftis, and I'm a big fan of Felix. Felix has to take a step forward this year. He had basically a redshirt year last year, and has to take that step forward and move into a contributing role. Maybe not a predominant role, maybe it's still a rotation piece, but at least a contributing role within this defense. Look, at the end of the day, it's still early in the season, and there's a lot of adjustments that can be made, will be made. And I have full confidence in this coaching staff and Spags and what he's got going on. He's done nothing but prove himself over and over again. So these are just a couple things that maybe you can watch for in the next game. And if you're really looking for something to watch for, I encourage you to watch Chris Jones this next game. Keep your eye on Chris Jones and watch exactly what I'm talking about him commanding that defensive line, him making sure that his people, not just him, and he's not picking up the most favorable matchup for him, but him and his people, his defensive line, they are all in the right spot, and he's making sure it's happening. It's an amazing thing. It's the game within the game. I really encourage you to watch it. At the end of the day, though, the Chiefs' defense allowed 20 points. That's 20 points to the reigning MVP, Lamar Jackson. You can't be mad about that. They've actually held their opponents to under 28 points in 22 straight games. I'd say that's pretty impressive. 22 straight games. That's a record. I think the record's at 23. I'm not sure. Nonetheless, 28 points, under 28 points in 22 straight games in this day and age, in the passing league that the NFL has become, that is incredible. All right, when we come back, we're gonna take another just real quick break. Y'all seen how quick the last break was? Same thing, just another real quick break. Then afterwards, we're going to have just a light segment where we talk about some of the comments that were made by Isaiah Likely and Lamar Jackson after the game on Thursday. Hey, stay here, stay tuned. That's coming up next. Is your home in need of a makeover? Look no further than SOP Renovations, your trusted partner in transforming spaces. From remodeling your kitchen or bathroom to installing efficient HVAC systems, SOP Renovations brings your vision to life with top-notch craftsmanship and attention to detail. Need a new deck or fence? We've got you covered. Our experts build beautiful outdoor spaces, perfect for family gatherings and relaxation. From concept to completion, our team works closely with you to ensure every project meets your expectations. And with our competitive pricing, quality has never been more affordable. Join the hundreds of satisfied homeowners who have made SOP Renovations their go-to for all their home improvement needs. Call us today at 816-655-1779. That's 816-655-1779 to schedule your free consultation. Call now. SOP Renovations, making your home more you. Call now. You know what I really want to do? You know what I really want to do? Check it out. So I'm thinking, this is just kind of an idea that I've been kind of formulating, but I'm thinking I want to make this last segment a segment with y'all, with the fans of the show and the loyal fans that I have. I want to make this last segment with y'all, and I'm thinking I might just bring, somebody in that comments on the show, and just bring y'all in for like a little recorded Zoom session so we can talk about it, and then feature y'all on the show right here every single week. So, I don't know, just an idea I'm kind of throwing around. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section, and we'll see what happens moving forward. But, like I said before the break, when we come back, we're going to talk about Lamar Jackson and Isaiah Likely and some of the comments they made after the game, right? And so, let's talk about Jackson, and this is what he had to say. Here's a recording from the post-game conference.
You said it, James. I thought it was a touchdown. Though. Still think it's a touchdown.
What it seems like to me and I might be out of line here, I don't know, but what it seems like to me is that the Chiefs have broken Lamar Jackson. Like, I mean, the guy is clearly in denial, right? So it kind of reminds me of the Stephon Diggs. I think that the situation, I think that Lamar Jackson and Stephon Diggs are kind of in the same boat, right? We've seen that picture going around of Stephon Diggs standing there with his hands on his hips at Arrowhead after the AFC Championship. Confetti's coming down everywhere. Chiefs fans are celebrating, and he's standing there wondering how the hell the Chiefs did it again. And I feel as if Lamar Jackson is kind of in that same boat, right? Like, he's just almost in denial and just cannot believe that the Chiefs have beat him again, the 5th time in 6 appearances, in 6 games. So I think it's kind of funny. I think it's kind of funny. The Chiefs have broken Lamar Jackson. And his lack of accountability, his denial is not going to make him any better. The fact still remains, Lamar Jackson missed a wide open Zay Flowers in the end zone to possibly win the game, to at least put them in a position to win the game. He was wide open, and you missed him. You know, good thing you didn't work on passing. You worked on running in the offseason, Lamar. I mean, come on, man. These are the things that separate him from Patrick Mahomes. The lack of accountability, the lack of structure within his off-season planning, his off-season workouts. He's the man's out here working on his escapability, his running ability, instead of working on his arm. And then bam, week 1, he misses a wide open touchdown pass. So, you know, good luck in the future to you. This is a good team, so I'm sure we'll see him again. We'll probably see him in the playoffs, and you know, I look forward to it. And then there's Isaiah Likely, right? Who apparently thinks the Chiefs won't get any better. Like, they just capped off. They just think that the Chiefs won't get any better from this week forward. This is what Isaiah Likely had to say after the game.
I say this is probably the worst game we're going to play all year. So this is the best that they got. I mean, good luck in the postseason.
So this is it. This is the best they'll be. This is the best the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be all year. Like, there's no chance that they automatically get better with Hollywood Brown, with Marquise Brown coming back. There's no chance. As if this team has a record or a past or a history of playing their best ball in September in week 1. As if this is going to be it. They've peaked out for this season. I mean, Andy Reid does play. I mean, he does have his guys ready to play, right? Andy Reid has a great record in September. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. You know, let me know in the comment section. If you find it, let me know. But he has a great record in the month of September. But we all know that this isn't it. We all know that the Chiefs haven't peaked out in week 1. So I don't know what Isaiah Likely is talking about. We all know that the season is really, I mean, of course it matters. Of course it counts, and they gotta earn their spot in the playoffs. And yeah, we'd like that number one seed and a bye week going into the playoffs. Yeah, of course the season matters, but it's really as if it's a giant preseason. It's really as if it's almost a practice session every single week. Yes, we make sure that we win, but we go out there and we try new things. They go out there, the Chiefs go out there and they try different personnel and different matchups, and they see what works and what's not, and what they're strong at and what they're weak at, and how they can hide those deficiencies. And all this stuff is being figured out throughout the season. And it's as if the preseason or the season is one giant preseason. Yeah, it matters. But they're out there figuring stuff out. And the season really begins in the playoffs. So to think that the Chiefs have peaked out in week 1 is ludicrous. Insanity. They haven't peaked out nothing. I guess it's whatever you gotta say to sleep at night. I mean, whatever you gotta say to get you through the next week and help you sleep at night. Awful, didn't they? They went up against the Patriots. I can't remember the final score off the top of my head. I probably have that written down, but I don't. But they got whooped. I think it was 17-10 if I had to guess. But they just looked awful, man. They have no more Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd left. I believe he went to the Titans. And Joe Mixon left. He went to the Houston Texans. So this offense that they're putting out on the field is just not as potent. It's just not as prolific as it once was. Now, T. Higgins might be back. They still have Jamar Chase. They still have like little key role players like Irwin. They still have the ability, but what I'm seeing from Joe Burrow is not encouraging. So before the season, let me put it like this. So before the season, if I was to rank the AFC quarterbacks, it would be Patrick Mahomes at the top. And then it was a toss-up between Josh Allen and Joe Burrow. So that would be my 2 and my 3. And then Lamar Jackson at number 4. And then to round off the top 5, I had CJ Stroud. Just throw that out there. But I want to focus on the Joe Burrow and the Josh Allen aspect of things, because I had them ranked 2 and 3, and it was really a toss-up. Now, similar situations happened to both of these quarterbacks. Josh Allen lost some significant weapons in Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs. He's working with Khalil Shakir and Keon Coleman. They're over there leading the charge in Buffalo for the wide receiver corps. Yeah, I understand Burrow lost Boyd and Mixon, but he still has Chase and Higgins. But also understand that I watched Patrick Mahomes deal with the likes of Marquez Valdez-Scantling and Kadarius Toney all year last year. My score prediction is 31-17 Chiefs. I think Chris Jones has a big day. I think George Karlaftis has a big day. And they lead this defense. This defense holds the Bengals to 17 points. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Look, if y'all still listening, I appreciate the hell out of you guys. You guys are awesome. Let me know what your predictions are in the comment section. Let me know how much you think the Chiefs win by, because I don't understand. It would be almost delusional to think that the Chiefs lose this game after what we've seen from Joe Burrow. So let me know what you think, how much the Chiefs win by. And yeah, that's gonna wrap up the first show of the year. I appreciate every single one of y'all for listening, every single view I get. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the follow button so you never miss any content. And until next time, stay legendary, Kansas City.